Hi there, Aquarius. It's me, Priscilla B, and welcome to your dream shadow reading. Okay, with me. All right. So first, I think it would be a good idea if we opened a door into your dream world and we started there. Okay, so for you Aquarius, I have the door of balance, harmony, equilibrium, stability, moderation, and fairness. Okay, the scales of justice are balancing in your favor for the first time, Aquarius. Now, I'm just kidding. It probably feels like that. Okay, I get it. I just been there. I mean, you could say even currently experiencing some of that. But really what's happening here for you, Aquarius, is that you're finally starting to see where you need to draw the line in the sand, if you will, or, what that means is putting your boundaries in place and clarifying on your boundaries. Because I feel like a lot of people have been trying to seep into your, energetic field and, your bubble of space here and just pop it any chance they get. And it's like, whoa, I don't know, who gave the thumbs up and authorized that, but it definitely wasn't me, right? So now you're kind of starting to call out the bullshit, and you're just actually I'm not okay with that, and these are the reasons why. And if you have a problem with that, then you obviously you're not respecting me, it's like, this is what respect looks like, and this is what respect doesn't look like, right? And you're not going to reward disrespect. But you're definitely going up against some obstacles, that's for sure. So let's look at these obstacles on a conscious level, and then we'll get into the subconscious. So we have surrendering here. Okay, so there's a dark figure here, walking out the door with a suitcase, and the woman is sitting here. Okay, well, so the surrendering stuff here is you're definitely letting someone go here. You definitely don't want them around you anymore, and you kind of already accepted that in order for you to have this balance in your life, you really don't enjoy breaking up with people, Aquarius. It's not something you find fun, because I feel because you're so sympathetic or empathetic, you're I've gone through breakups before too, so I kind of know how it feels, but that rejection does not feel nice, does not feel pretty. But it's not meant to, and I feel you already you already did the best you could at pointing out to someone or something. I feel it's a someone with an energy about them that's just not matching your energy, and you're just you're sorry, not sorry, gotta let you go, bruh. And that's, you're kind of surrendering, you're handing them over to the universe. You're the universe can handle this now, I did the best I could with what I had, and if it's not good enough for this person, then I'm not willing to sacrifice more. I think you've already sacrificed enough for that relationship, that connection. And that's why balance is so important here for you, Aquarius, okay? Now, as we get deeper into your reading here, we're going to take a look here at some of these other cards. Yeah, we've got the Knight of Cups, the Nine of Wands. Yeah, once you let them go, Queen of Swords. Yeah, the no bullshit. Yes, there it is, Queen. Okay, so Knight of Cups, okay, and the Nine of Wands. Okay, so you let them go, and you're adios, amigo. Bon voyage. You can only say goodbye in so many languages and so many times before it just feels like you have done enough already. And The Queen of Swords is that energy of like not messing around anymore and not taking like other people's shadows energy and shadow work and like um like doing the work for them. Like they have to do the work themselves. They have to have some form of accountability. And the Queen of Swords knows the pen is mightier than the sword. Her butterflies are symbols of transformation. So the Queen of Swords is the articulator, okay? The witty Queen of Swords knows the pen is mightier than the sword. Her butterflies are symbols of transformation and the spiritual world. On their I can't say this word, migratory path, monarchs use the Earth's jet stream to cross continents. Your thoughts and words move quickly. Words craft a wicked magic. They inform how you feel while affecting the feelings and opinions and emotions of others. She is a mature feminine energy, a person who uses brain power to gather the best of any situation. Her broad experience seeks truth. She is you when you said exactly what was on your mind with no reservations. She can cut to the heart of the matter without seeming hurt. Her sense of humor is witty and direct. She is found on mountain peaks, on windy beaches, and in dramatic landscapes where earth meets sky. Mature female who expresses thoughts and ideas without reservation. Quick-witted, pointed and searing, gift of language and expression. A fabulous conversationalist with the ability to speak to anyone, anywhere, and in any situation. The shadow, critical, makes fun of others. Nothing is ever good enough because you don't feel good enough. Harsh critiques keep others at distance and shut down possibility. That's kind of like that shadow queen energy. That's like, it can be channeled through like a male, female. It doesn't matter. It basically is just an energy of like, kind of like a bitchy attitude, not like a boss bitch. Okay. So you know what I really hate? I really hate when it's like a guy that's like older than you, but he acts like a bitch. I'm just like, aren't you older than me and a dude? Like, I don't know what to say. I'm laughing at my own humor here. The funny things I find in life. But yeah, like, the Knight of Cups is gonna kind of sort of like calm all that for you. Like, he's like, I'm emotional and I really want to like make you feel good about yourself, make you feel better about yourself in a very emotionally sensitive way. And you're like, okay, let's go. Because you're really tired and really sick of these like masculines, right? Heterosexual males. Okay. That's how they identify. I mean, we're not here to be beating around the bush, okay? So, like, I think it's better when you, as like this feminine force of energy, is like channeling in like good vibes, good energy. But when people start like trying to control and manipulate you, Aquarius, and try to tell you who you should and should not be around, it's time to really just like cut your losses at that point. And just, again, swords are about clarification, and you've got to clarify here the balance and the harmony that needs to be restored, because it's so far not been restored. Okay. So you already know all this, Aquarius, but if it wasn't like, making sense to you before, you started analyzing your dreams and deciphering messages and signs and symbols and breaking it down and decoding all of it. This is what is really meant for you at this time. And the Knight of Cups is meant for you, okay? And the Knight of Cups is the romantic, okay? The Knight of Romance, the waterfall is a symbol for his wild and pouring emotions. Moonlight glitters and bounces across the space he has cleared. He's been waiting for you his whole life. You have arrived. A picnic is set, a romantic dinner for two, bathed in moonlight, near the sound of rushing water. He holds a single cup. Will you accept his gift? Bubbles spill from the cup. Will you risk your tender heart? The Knight of Cups spills poetry, emotion, and feeling. He dreams with clarity and intense emotion, causing the material world to follow suit. Can you dream with such passion? Fuel your imagination because love is on the horizon, Aquarius. Um, so here is the meaning. Romance, sweet nothings, charming nature, romantic messages are on the way, poetry and prose, passionate suitor, dazzling display of affection. And that's wonderful, okay? If it's authentic, if it's true, okay? And the Queen of Swords is gonna know if it's just a bunch of bullshit or if it's actually the real person, because in today's society, okay, like I can't like I can't even like see enough. I feel like I have already seen so much, but I feel like there's always constant information like showing up on my social media about narcissists and what a narcissist is and what a narcissist does. And every single one of these people talking about it always start with, at first, they're going to charm you, they're going to promise you the world, they're going to be super lovey-dovey, romantic, like, you know, try to win over your affections, love bomb you with tons of like gifts or, you know, big gestures of love. And then as soon as they've got you pulled in, reeled you in there, they flip a switch. And I was even watching this interview, probably gonna say her name wrong, but it's like Hayden Panettiere or something, or Panettiere or something. Anyway, she played the cheerleader in that really, really amazing show, Heroes. And she was being interviewed by this guy. I don't know his name. But he has a podcast and he was interviewing her. It's on YouTube, but basically it's like tells all, like it's one of those tell all where she talks about this very abusive relationship she was in for many years, actually like multiple abusive relationships, and how this person was like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Like 1 second he's like normal and they're like having a good time, and then the next second he's like a totally different person. And she said a lot of it did contribute to like alcoholism, like the alcohol like made his brain like broken basically. And you know, I'm just like, yeah, there are a lot of guys like that, you know, like a lot. I met some. And you know, it's interesting because they know it, you know, but they just pretend like that never happened. And that's literally, I think, the number one like red flag or psychological analysis for a narcissist. Like that's a number one thing. If you feed they should have, I don't know if you've ever read those books, If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, but they should make an adult version of those books, If You Ever Give a Narcissist Alcohol. Okay? Because that book would sell. And it would be like, you know, you give them alcohol and then right away, if they act like a totally different person afterward, like they're not nice basically anymore, they're rude, they're loud, they're, you know, for lack of a better term, abusive, you know, and that is the tell. That is the tell. Okay. So anyways, I'm going on and on about that when I really want to get back to this. But anyways, tying that all together, the shadow side to the Knight of Cups is like basically the narcissist. Okay. So it says here, clingy, needy of affection and attention, thinking one's talents is far greater than it actually is, unable to commit to relationships, prone to jealousy, self-indulgent and self-centered, successful liar, flair for deception, aware of social standing or aware of, desperate to fit in, and self-indulgent. Okay. And I don't mean that in the kind of way where you're like, okay, like, you know, if I get a job and I'm working and I'm, you know, getting a lot of praise for the work that I'm doing, does that make me like a narcissist, or does that make me like too ego driven or whatever? No, that's not what I mean. You know, this is just someone who is like really doesn't have like a balance. You know, 1 minute they're like really awesome to be around and fun and energetic, but then like the next minute is like it's like a totally different person. Okay. And they operate that way, and they usually show you this other like shadow side to themselves in the privacy of your own home, you know, away from work environments, away from social things. And actually, a lot of them don't even like to go to social events unless they're like the center of attention, unless they found some way to make it about them. And even when you've told them like this event is really special and important to me, they find a way to make it about them. And there are sometimes, you know, people miss social cues and things like that, or they're just really happy and excited for you. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about literally like sabotaging the event that's for you, or sabotaging the event that's about someone you know that you've invited them to go to. Like that sort of thing. But I don't want to get into it too much because it's kind of a touchy subject. And there's a lot of like, you know, just different opinions about it. Controversy. But anyways, as a woman, that's my opinion. That's my conclusion on that. But moving away from that shadowy, clingy type of person, you know, we have the Nine of Wands, okay? And that is a much better energy to transition into. If you are around someone who's like, treating you amazing and like they have some alcohol and they're still acting pretty normal and sane, like that's amazing. That's great. Okay. But I feel like for you, a lot of you are probably having dreams about like giving someone away. That's not really helping you and really kind of just like hindering you in a lot of ways, and sort of just releasing that burden onto somebody else. And it's really not your burden. It's really not your responsibility, so the Nine of Wands is all about the clown crossing. The clown is the trickster archetype who operates outside of society. Many fear clowns because who knows what a clown might do. Is he charming or evil to the bone? Can we ever really know a person? Clown makeup is skin deep. Menacing clowns speak to the human mask. The fence reflects a barrier that has been transcended. It is stepping out into the darkness and pushing forward into unknown territory. 9 is the number of wish fulfillment. You are getting what you came for. It is meeting your expectation. Is it all you wished? Finding strength you didn't know you had. You are about to receive what you want. Breaking barriers, moving past your comfort zone. Inner expansion leads to new ideas, objectives, and potentials. That's what this door of balance is all about. It's all about breaking free from being around these clowns. I mean, look at this clown. I don't know. I hope this clown isn't showing up in your dreams, because that's straight up like out of a nightmare there. Very creepy. But I feel like that kind of like wall, like that fence of wands that you've built, is to keep this clown out. Think of these as your boundaries. Think of this as a barrier. You're like, do you not see the gate there, or the wall there that I built, the fence, right? Do you not see it, right? So you aren't fully like saying like, no, like I'm not. Like, I kind of think you do have to say no. I'm just saying, like, sometimes you do need to say no. Okay, like what behavior do you hide from others? What are others hiding from yourself? What are you hiding from yourself? What appeases the holes inside you? Secret eating, hidden internet searches, snooping, devious behavior. Do you wish revenge on another? Guilty pleasures can take a turn for the worse. Stay vigilant. Okay? Yeah, and that's important. The stay vigilant thing is important because this is what you're doing. You're staying vigilant. You've got your lion there with you, your spirit guide representing strength and courage. And that's because you are dealing with so many clowns. And I feel like a lot of them are like snooping on your social media for information about you. I feel like they want to like get some dirt on you or get some gossip on you. And you're just like, I have nothing to hide. I have nothing to be ashamed of. Like, I'm an open book. And I do keep getting this word, like, discernment a lot. And I just feel like what you need to be discerning about is who you let into your life. Like, and if somebody is like stalking you on social media, if somebody is like texting you, like telling you who to talk to, who to bring your kids around, like just trying to like stir up stuff with you and like boss you around, like, ew, get the hell out of here. Like, I'm a grown-ass woman. Like, what? Yeah, but they're, people are not always gonna treat you the way you want to be treated, because remember, we're dealing with the shadow stuff here. So when you're dealing with shadow work, you're kind of pinpointing the different aspects and the different energies that are coming at you and showing up in your dream world. And your own shadow is like, I know a clown when I see one, because everyone has that side to them where they like to, maybe like they channel it into being goofy and funny and or creative or artistic, and that's actually a positive thing. But when people don't channel that energy like artistically or productively or creatively and express it through art and music and dance, it turns into something very, very destructive, very quickly, very easily. And then it becomes a nightmare. Then it becomes something that you're dreading, something that you don't want to deal with. And here we have strength and courage, inner strength, compassion. Yeah, just be more compassionate with yourself. Because have faith in your abilities and exercise self control. The strength card is a symbol of personal strength, moral courage, and the triumph of love and compassion over aggression and fear. And shadow operates in aggression and fear. Okay? And if you notice it and you recognize it within yourself, you can say, okay, I get it. Like, you want to go out for a walk, okay? Like, you want to go out and do something fun, right? And channel it into a form of expression that isn't destructive, it isn't abusive, it isn't destroying people's lives and hurting people's feelings. But there's the other side, right? That we all know so well. And that is when people don't channel that into something good and they try to hurt other people intentionally with the intent to harm others without taking accountability, trying to upset and dismantle the balance and the harmony that you're working so hard to create. And I was just watching this little like reel on Instagram. The guy who did Star Wars. Anyways, George Lucas, okay? And I've just been binge watching Star Wars. So anyway, he was saying there has to be balance. There has to be the light and the dark. And if you give into the dark, you're giving into hate and aggression, and that's what leads to, the Sith Lord and Anakin, going a little cray cray there, okay, at the end. But basically though, it's like you are trying to sort of like balance that out, and you're bringing that forward in your life more and expanding on that more and speaking up about that balance even more in your life. And you are going to get some hate, you are going to get some backlash, okay? And that response from those people, it just shows you what side they've already taken. They've already gone to the dark side, I'm afraid. But you don't have to spend time with those people. You don't have to be around those people, Aquarius. And if anything, your dreams are telling me more time with yourself, more time with people who offer courage and strength to your life, is going to be more beneficial for you in the long run than hanging around people who just don't know how to love, don't know how to give and receive and make it equal. Now, I have people messaging me, on special days, special occasions, and they know it's a special day for me, and they message me anyway with like, I don't know, like they need to go to therapy. Like, they need some help, okay? I'm like, I'm not your therapist today, okay? Like, I'm good, thanks. Like, you're gonna have to bill me for that. Okay? I'm gonna have to bill you for that. Like, seriously. Yeah, like, they're trying to, like, I don't know, like, try to get me to be their therapist or something, but then have me give them money. I'm like, what now? Like, no. If I'm gonna sit here all day and listen to you vent about your feelings, you're going to be giving me money. That's how it's going to be. Okay? Also, I'm out of the office for the day. Thank you. It's a special day for me. Thank you. Leave a message after the tone. Beep. All right. So, Nine of Wands, we have resilience, strength, and perseverance. Okay, this actually comes out twice in your reading. Okay, and you can see this guy, he has like a bandage wrapped around his head. So I usually don't like ramble on like this. Maybe I do. I don't know. But today is just one of those days. I guess. Wrapping up the readings. So we also have the Pilgrim here, okay, because you're getting ready to go on a journey. Okay, this is a spiritual journey. I mean, if you really do have the ability to like go on a trip or something, a vacation, whatever it is, that's amazing. But this is definitely something that's representing like a spiritual quest. Like there's a giant mountain here, and you are climbing that mountain, and you're going to the top of that mountain, and nobody else has ever done that before you. And it's like an ancestral thing. I feel like, you know, you might have like married into a family with a lot of generational curses, or your own family, or both. Special combo, buy one get one free today. So this week, lasting all week. But yeah, the Nine of Wands encourages you to draw upon your inner strength, remain vigilant, and continue pushing forward. It symbolizes a time when your determination and perseverance will lead to eventual success. Okay? So even though it doesn't seem like that now, because I do see that you're a little bit hurt, obviously, from these attacks here, I mean, it makes sense. It's also happening like somewhere around your head space. So it's definitely people playing mind games and manipulation with you. The Queen of Swords is going to cut through all that. Okay, she's not here to play. Like, she's like here to slay. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not here to play. I'm here to slay today. Thank you. So we have the Star, we have the Tower. Yeah, once the switch is like looking like, yep, I did that. You're right, I did that. And I'm not ashamed. I'm proud of taking down that tower. That's someone's ego. Okay? That could be a lot of people's egos, honestly, these days. Uh, so she's proud of herself, okay? And you should be proud of yourself too, Aquarius. Like, you've done nothing wrong to warrant these attacks on you. And yet, here we are. And we're in this place right now because for a very long time, Aquarius, and look, we have the star energy here, okay? So for a very long time, you have been the one carrying everybody else's bullshit, okay? They don't go to get help, okay, from professionals, okay? I mean, they don't. They really don't. They really should. They don't do the inner work. They don't do the shadow work. They don't do the light work. They don't do any work, honestly. I mean, they go to a job and they say, like, they're cool as shit and they're hot as shit and their shit don't stink and they're fucking amazing. And you're like, no. Actually, honey, no. Sorry to break it to you, sweetie, but we're not here to play today. We're here to slay, so that's not happening. Okay. But yeah, I would just, you know, I mean, I don't really want to like give out like unsolicited advice here. But if I were you, I would definitely not spend time with these people. Okay, like at all. Like if ever. Okay, the less time you spend around them, the better off you'll be. And the star energy proves that. And we even have the priestess here. How are you being called to step up and lead? Okay? The Queen of Swords is calling you to step up and lead. You know, the Tower card. Okay? Like, they're all like, no one else is saying anything. Aquarius, time to speak your truth. Okay? Where there is hope. Don't believe that past defeats your disappointments. That the past will defeat your disappointment. Okay. What? Don't believe that past defeats, okay, or disappointments will keep you from succeeding. True success grows from the lessons a hopeful heart never gives up. Okay, yeah. There you have it. Okay, like the universe is just like, you probably did feel like really defeated in the past, and you definitely felt a lot of disappointments. But the Star, the Priestess, the Queen of Swords, the Tower, this is like your whole team assembling. This is like your Marvel Cinematic Universe, like, team, like, all women superheroes. All feminine energy here, all coming together and supporting you, okay? Like, if you could recreate the whole entire Marvel franchise, it would be the Priestess, the Star, the Tower, and the Queen of Swords. Okay? You got your whole team here that's got your back, okay? And the High Priestess is all about intuition, mystery, divine feminine. The High Priestess card invites you to explore the realms beyond the material and embrace the power of the intuitive and mysterious aspects of your life. Okay? And you're doing that, obviously. Exploring your dream world, finding out what shadow messages are there for you. Yep. And then the star energy here. Hope, inspiration, spiritual guidance. The star card is a symbol of healing, inspiration, and the potential for wishes to come true. And your wish is bless these people far, far away from me. As far as they possibly can go. And it really has a lot to do with the fact that the way they've been treating you recently, the way they've been acting towards you recently is very controlling, very manipulative. You know, and you're just like one of those people where you're like kind of having this revelation. You know, the tarot card encourages you to embrace change, let go of what no longer serves you, and be open to new beginnings. And what comes in when that happens? Your Ace of Wands, the spark of creativity, the spark of passion. Okay. And I feel like for a lot of you, you had to like sacrifice that quite a lot, actually. Okay. Inspiration, new beginnings, and creative potential. The Ace of Wands invites you to seize opportunities. It serves as a powerful symbol of inspiration and spark you to take action on your goals, embark on creative journey, and harness your enthusiasm to bring your dreams to life. It symbolizes the birth of a creative project, a new phase in your life, or a surge of motivation. And that's exactly what you're doing here. Okay? And for a lot of you, you might be having dreams of like feeling empowered, feeling like this beautiful like goddess energy, like just the shadow side of you wants you to feel empowered in a safe, creative way where you're expressing yourself in a way that makes you feel good about yourself, and you're not going out of your way and like attacking other people. You're not, saying that other people are like evil or whatever. You're kind of like being a little bit like funny about it, maybe a little bit like, I'm getting like comedic about it, but it's coming across as like this like bad bitch energy, not this like, oh, what can I do to destroy your life today? Like that's no, we're not doing that. Okay, Aquarius. And I feel like you've been around people for like that are like that for so long that you're just like, I don't want to be around those people, and you shouldn't have to be around those people. Okay. So I'm going to read you this goddess card. Poverty, the goddess of devotion. I am a love that doesn't leave. When I commit to love, my soul evolves. And that's what you're doing. You're committing to love. And you've had to tell these people straight up. You're like, I have to commit to love today, so I don't have time to be debating with you who I should and shouldn't be friends with. Like, what? Like, no. Okay. So Aquarius, you let them know. You say, you know what? I have a lot of love in my heart, and I'm going to go give that love to those who don't treat me like shit. You just tell them. You just be straight up with it. You're like, actually, no, I'm good. Thanks. Hey, sweetie. Because they're one of those types of people where they think they can control you. They think they can boss you around. They think they can tell you what to do. And you're just like, well, okay, no, so I don't know. I don't have anything else to say except I'm going to read you a Shadow Crow card. Transformation. Embrace change as a chance to grow and evolve. It's a journey toward becoming your better self. There you go. Transformation. Okay. So that's the biggest, conclusion to everything your shadow wants you to know at this time. It's like, I feel like you tried and tried and tried for so long to just, be like, as supportive as you could be. And it comes to a point where people need to seek out professional help. Okay. And that's about all you can say about it. Okay, Aquarius, and you shouldn't have to explain yourself or defend yourself to anybody. Okay, because you're a beautiful, amazing person. All right, love and light always. Thank you so much for watching, Aquarius. Bye.